think about how dads are people too. Most of them anyway. My dad used to be a real person until he turned into a capitalist. He used to say important, sincere things. He used to encourage me and my brother and treat my mom with respect and listen to Jimi Hendrix and Three Dog Night and smoked unfiltered Camels and sit in the living room in candlelight burning incense. He drove us to the mountains once and he showed us the sincerity of a sunset over 600 miles of pure Mother Earth. Then he rolled a joint and we all got high on that mountaintop, blissful and peaceful. And all of us still so young. But like all sunsets that eventually end in darkness, he turned his back on us, me, my brother, my mother, but most importantly himself. I was 12 when he burst through the door, full of rage. He threw my joint in the toilet, smashed my hi-fi with the electric ladyland still spinning, and ripped off his bandana. Returned to the living room and calmly asked my mother for a fresh cup of coffee. He'd never before been prone to violent outbursts. On my 16th birthday, he came into my room with a small envelope and a smile. He told me one day I'll be a man and understand that all men must face their responsibilities. I swear I saw the wiring through his chin. And to this day, I believe it was a robotic facsimile of my real father. His words were so rehearsed and serene, yet empty. He turned, walked out the door, and yelled, "Mabel, you better be cooking my dinner and not sitting your lazy ass on that fucking couch watching Donahue. I'll slip that silly fucking smirk off your face if you ever look at me like that again." As I was saying, boy. And I totally lost all desire to spend another minute in his presence. After 4 years on my own, I saw him on the news being interviewed by some tabloid reporter about the recent prostitute slayings in the city. I tell you, Bill, if these young ladies had been living a decent, responsible life, they wouldn't have put themselves in this kind of danger. The liberal leadership we have has been unfortunate to endure, has allowed for lax moral standards, declining law enforcement support, and increasing levels of dependence and abuse on government support. 2 years later, my son was born and I got a job. I was told to wear a tie and cut my hair and drive a station wagon. I bought the tie and let Cinnamon train my hair, but couldn't push myself to get rid of the bus. I taught my son all the words to if 6 was 9, and he sings along to me and Bobby McGee better than Janice herself. He wants to make his own clothes out of hemp and even picked out a tie with a leaf on it for me last week at the flea market. You know, I hadn't really minded the ties and kind of liked my hair like this, but I'll never get another TV. And I'll never go on any TV tabloid show to tell everyone how fucked up the world is. I read to Trevor every night as I put him to bed, and he said to me last night, "Daddy, why aren't all my friends' daddies smiling all the time like you are?" Billy's dad even made us sit quiet for a long time when he heard me saying I think Jimi Hendrix could have been a better president than Nixon. Some people are not happy people. Some people didn't like Jimmy. Even worse, some people liked Jimmy, but one day forgot about him. I won't ever forget about him, Dad. You know, some little boys are real people too. Some are more real than even some adults.